Everyone. Today I'm playing my first league was the Avatar cards in Modern, and of course I had to start was Wan Shi Tong Librarian, which is 1/1 Flash Vigilant. It's perfect. It's not showing at all. There you go. 1/1 Flash, Flying Vigilance, Legend. When it enters, it gets +1/+1 counters for the amount of mana you paid. Then you draw half X cards rounded down. So very similar to Hydroid Crisis, except you don't gain life, and if it gets countered, you don't get the trigger. And it has the pretty great passive ability of whenever an opponent searches their library, put a +1/+1 counter on the Wan Shi Tong and draw a card. So anytime they fetch with a fetch land, most notably, you draw cards. And I'm comboing it with 4 Field of Ruin. You can do more. There's a blue-red build I have, as well as a blue-white build using cards like Cleansing Wildfire in red or Path to Exile in white. But that build looked kind of the coolest to me. Anytime I get a chance to just play blue cards and blue cards only, pretty much, I guess there's a couple black cards, but I tried to do so. And I'm also getting to try a card I've never played with before, didn't even remember that card really existed. You might not either. Bellion the Parch. It's a 2/2 for 2 blue. It gets bigger when you cast a blue spell, +1/+1 until end of turn, and then at the beginning of your end step, you untap it, and it becomes a land. So basically what happens is you play it on turn 2, it becomes a land, and you have a mana on their turn to cast Spell Spear, Spell Snare, Scolding, Consider and whatnot more. So that card seems, when it was printed, I thought it looked like pretty solid, honestly, and I guess it doesn't really have a home, or maybe people have been sleeping on it. At any rate, try that card. Get to play one of my favorite cards, Tamio, and then around that, kind of what you would expect, some cheap counters, counterspell, dress down, force, subtlety, one main deck harbinger, flare of denial, and a trainer, some removal, unable to scream dismember. Trying one Mox Amber. Don't have a ton of legends, but you do have 4 Tamio. Dalian is a legend. Wan Shi Tong is a legend. Got one main deck Solgal Lantern for Graveyard Hate. Another option, I think, would be to just play 4 trainers and 3 or 4 flares. Maybe cutting some of the other counters, maybe cutting card like Consider. And as far as the mana goes, Field of Ruin combos with Wan Shi Tong. There's also Demolition Field. The difference is pretty big though. Field of Ruin forces them to search no matter what. So you're going to trigger Wan Shi Tong. Demolition Field, they have the option not to search. And unfortunately, a lot of the cards don't force you to search. Even Path to Exile doesn't force you to search. So obviously, if they're not searching a basic, it's a small win, but it's even better typically if you force them to search while they don't have basics left. So not only do they not get the basic, but you get the Wan Shi Tong trigger. And then the mana is, kind of nice. You get to play mono blue, so you get kind of free Minamo, free Auto Aura. Hall of the Storm Giant is nice, and the blue black Verge plays out nicely. It's taps for blue no matter what, and then taps for black if you have an island. Maybe it helps you take less damage from a dismember down the line. Some Sync, some Lorien. And then the sideboard has kind of your usual suspects: Dispute, Harbinger, Ashiok, Consign, more cheap removal, Gemstone Cavern, another Lantern. But maybe you could do the third Unable to Scream. I don't know if I need free Dispute when I already have all these 1 mana spells. Let's maybe do that for the Boros Energy decks. Maybe even Prowess. Yeah, excited to try it out. I'll show you real quick what the other Wan Shi Tong deck looks like. That's not it at all. Did I not export them? Might have not exported them. That's the blue-white deck. One thing that's rough with Wan Shi Tong is the double blue on 2 makes it really tough on the mana. Makes it so that in a deck like blue-white, I'm not even playing Witch Enchanter. I'm not playing main deck White Orchid Phantom. Can't really make room for Flagstone. So that's kind of the draft, the first draft I had. Momo Friendly Flower is another cool one from Avatar. Reduces the cost of Riddler and Shepherd, so fits nicely into the blue-white blink. I think you can play like 1 or 2 copies maybe. But yeah, that's what the blue-white list looked like. And then I had the Hate Bears, Ash Shock, and Consign in the sideboard. And then the blue-red version. I think that in the blue-red version, Wan Shi Tong was the only main deck blue card actually. Yeah. Oops. This one doesn't even have a sideboard yet. But you see like 8 cheap removal spells, Cleansing Wildfire, the new lesson from Avatar, Price of Freedom, very similar, and then Gambit, Fable, and Hellkite. I think I like tweak that list, but that's only 54 cards. But yeah, splashing for double blue cards, a little weird. You can also play the artifact Indestructible land in these decks. Target your own Indestructible land with Cleansing Wildfire to ramp yourself up. That's kind of a nice combo. But yeah, gonna get into a modern league. I know Aspiring Spike tried his own blue-red version on his stream yesterday, and he was off to a good start. He was off to a 2-0 start, and then the wheels kind of fell off. I think he struggled against Yogg, Prowess, and some kind of Esper deck, and I think he beat Eldrazi, and not sure what else. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out on the Daryl, which is always nice. Yeah, solid hands. Maybe make this all bigger. Turbo Legend. Let's say like Jeskai Blank. Ragavan Discharge. Bolt Rude. This is the downside of Billion. It actually like doesn't block on your opponent's turn. Go ahead and play it. I'm guessing we've got a reader. And since it's not a creature, it doesn't have summoning sickness, so it steps for mana right away. The upside is it can't kill it. Oh, whoops. I should have played Tamio first. That was a little silly. A little misdirection. Alright, so that means my Subtlety doesn't do anything. I'll let them have it. Just try and fight on whatever they're casting next. Ooh, Arena Flage. Or Fable. Alright, do I want to use Flare or do I want to use Counterspell? I think I just want to use the Flare. That billion card's kind of killing them pretty fast, honestly. Just gonna draw right away. Pretty legit so far. Gotta dodge like Lage plus Scolding. That'd be nasty. Oh, you know what I should have done? Well, I guess I can still do it. I'm gonna do it now. Maybe I didn't have the blue cards to do it last turn. Once they have Doorkeeper Fraud, you can just subtlety into play. So I was gonna do that. You pitch it, and then the evoke doesn't trigger, so it just stays into play. Alright, let's see. Gemstone on the draw. Definitely a Harbinger matchup. Harbinger is kind of hit or miss, but I think it's worth it, and they go on all the unable just creams. I think I'm gonna bank on Harbinger, preventing them from recasting Flage. Spell Snare is good enough. Spell Pierce is close. Scalding is also pretty close. It's good against Ragavan, but I'm on the draw. Force of Negation can probably go. Dresdown's probably solid. It one-shots the Kavu. Alright, let's see. Let's do all the unable to screams. Let's do Cavern over Basic Island. Let's do 2 more Harbingers. Consign is solid to counter Sign of Draco and Binding Trigger. I usually like 1 or 2 copies, especially on the draw. In case I have the Leyline Draco draw. Maybe I'll only do 1 Spell Pierce, and then maybe Spell Snare is not that important because I have Dresdown for the Kavu, and the 1-2 is not necessarily the scariest card. Let's see what's left. Trainer is solid because it blocks Ragavan. Scolding, Scolding, Scolding. Maybe it's just Scolding on the draw. I don't know what the hand was that they scooped, because I mean, sure I had Tamio going, but I could just like have a bad hand and you could just draw a Flage. Weird. Dubs Tamio, no second land. Tamio is kind of nice in this matchup, so it's counterspell. I guess I'll keep. It's a bit of a sketch keep for sure. I guess I'll say go in case they have Scion on turn 2. Obviously, it's really bad if they don't, but I guess it's more likely to do if they kept Leyline after mulliganing. Hardcast Ragavan. Alright, well, that didn't work out. Could be worse. Could just enable to scream, play really safe. I could Tamio, and then if they have bolts, it sucks. They get 1 trigger. A lot of my cards are decent for them, like Tamio, Riddler, even Billion. I don't know. I have a bunch of creatures. A lot of counter spells too. Let's see. Could unable to scream feels a little wasted. But I guess unable to scream's not gonna work very well against the rest of their deck. They might also play a Fable. I start falling really behind. Able to scream the Fable and counter one of the triggers, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna play Tamio. Let's have a second one. I guess if they have dispute, that would be like nice in a way. Now what? Do Tamio and hate taking risk taking hits. 2 cards left. And Tamio into Flage kind of awful. If they have Cyan, I'm in big trouble. I don't think I can just say go here, can I? Tamio enable. Let's just do Tamio. I do have Sink into Super in my deck, technically, to bounce Leyline and then unable to scream a Cyan. Alright, don't do it to me, monkey. Island. What was that? That wasn't too painful. Another dispute. Alright, gotta fight over that. Oh well. Yeah. Bellion definitely a lot card against Ragavan. Land would be really good. Counter spell. Alright, counter spell could be worse. I wonder if they're gonna get a basic and play around Harbinger. Seems like you should get one of your basics. Probably will lose by them. Getting a Riddler and consign the trigger to get a blocker. Dress down. Cantrips. They're main phasing it. They could like end step it, but I guess that makes sense. Get the card right away. Could combo with Flage too. No. Keeper Thrall. That's pretty good. I can subtlety it. And then I draw 2. Subtlety it. So what does it do, really? Maybe I just, like, let them have it. I don't get to draw. But then I still can sign up the blocker. Danger is I have 1 turn to draw Flage. I subtlety it, I draw 2 cards. Fine. Maybe I'll let it resolve. You still get the passive. Alright. Looks like we win. Good subtlety in play to draw 2 cards, or I could hold on to my counterspell. I think it's a little greedy to not hold on to counterspell at this point. Guess that's subtlety with counterspell back up. We're good. You guys have no cards, right? Technically, they could surveil a flage. So let's not risk it. I guess they're just dead on board. Alright, that went well. Zeus pretty high variance matchup, honestly. Sometimes that deck just looks great, and then sometimes it looks pretty embarrassing. Oh, it's nice to start so as a dub, though. I'll take it. Round 2. Lost the die roll that time? I think I won the die roll in game 1. That was a quick match, too. 15 minutes. Alright, round 2 on the draw this time. Ooh, I forgot I had Wan Shi Tong in my deck. We didn't draw yet. One lander, but consider Dismember, Tamio. We'll see. Definitely need to draw lands. Might not have the luxury to cast Consider on the one. Opponent kept 7 cards. Polluted Delta. So it could be Goryo, something along these lines. I'm just gonna go ahead and play Tamio. Could be a Wan Shi Tong Deck too somehow. They're not easy to get a hold of. Just one they have to release. Frog. Interesting. Let's see. Could like attack into it. Could just say go. Could also main phase Wan Shi Tong. I think I'm just gonna say go. See what happens. I'd be worried about the bounce spell or something. They don't seem too worried about the bounce spell. Alright, this game's looking super grim. I'm just gonna dismember it now and hope their hand sucks. They might be worried I have a second one. Maybe Scream would have been better here. Alright. Well, either their hand is stacked or they're a little scared. Either way, I'm pretty happy with that. They even had Riddler? And they played it that way? Hmm. Thinking. Consider could help me flip to me on my turn. But am I in a rush to flip it if they do have a Riddler? Probably not. I'm considering for one subtlety only. I'm just gonna let them have it, I guess. Consider now and see if I had force, because I have 2 force. Trainer, no thanks. Sync. Okay. All right. Back at a phone call, so hence the time. All right, they have a Riddler. I have a Tamiya that can't really attack. Wan Shi doesn't do much. Guess I'll just say go for now. And pretty bad shape, not gonna lie. I wonder if it's worth just bouncing the Riddler. This thing's not gonna be the greatest here. It's 1 card. They replay it. I guess I'll let them have it. This game's looking pretty grim. And I'm not even gonna get them with Wan Shi Tong in their fetch land, because oof. So if I play Riddler and they fetch and I draw, the Tamiya actually flips, which is probably not even great for me, so I'm just gonna say go. And if I played for 1, Tamiya also flips. Huh. So I'll just play for 2 mana. My first Wan Shi Tong trigger. Let's go. Goryo. Alright, I'm just gonna scoop them up. I'm not gonna win this game. Alright, tons of option here. Soul Guide, Ashiok, Harbinger, probably not the greatest since they're playing blue. Dispute, Unable. Dispute's definitely good. Soul Galanter is definitely coming in. Scolding versus Unable. I think I'm just gonna bank on Scolding and Spell Snare. And Dismember's pretty bad too, I think, even though it was serviceable there. Subtlety, sure. Harbinger, probably not. This is 59. Consign for a track set trigger is nice. Ash Shock could be okay. It's a bit of a non-buff for his Wan Shi Tong. Maybe not necessary. I think this looks good. It was one unable. As an answer to Frog. I like my chances on the play. Solid hands. Surprised they didn't fetch right away. Maybe have Solitude. Nice to have unable to scream just so I don't have to worry about a frog. Alright, nice. Let's go. Nazis doesn't do much. I kind of have it all. I have Graveyard Hate. My best card is probably the Field of Ruin because it triggers Wan Shi Tong. I mean, their next land drop is a fetch land. That was like really loose of them to not. I don't expect people to sequence that way. To not fetch on their turn there. Yep, my hand's pretty great. I agree. Maybe you need some draw discard effect. Extra legends. It's always an issue is looks like these. Alright, I can Field of Ruin plus Lantern. I can Field of Ruin, keep Spellsnare mana up, and it's kind of annoying if they have Teferi. Let's see. How bad is it for me if they have Teferi? It's probably not the end of the world. Famous last words. Alright, let's go after. I have no clue. Oh, that's a really good draw. Oh, we have Vigilance too. For some reason that never really registered the Vigilance part. It's nice, means I don't have to worry about the fairy. They also didn't know about it, so they're just pretty likely to just run into it. Alright, let's see. This Lantern. Get rid of Mending, obviously. Attack and just Warp a Riddler. Spell Snare, Unable Scream. I think I can play the Tameo here pretty safely. All right, not a trigger. Okay. Pretty good card this game, not gonna lie. It was pretty damn decent. I even drew the Spell Pierce. All right, that was nice. All right, let's bring in the Verge, cut an island. And then I might do extra unable to stream. Unable to stream. Able to scream on the draw. Still one spear, scolding, snare. Could maybe trim a Tameo. Tameo's been all awkward. I don't always want to even tap out on turn one. I could maybe cut that Mox Amber. Kind of sketch to keep in Mox Amber and cut Tameo. Wow. Well, I mean, if that was a Tameo, I might be keeping. Might be getting very punished here for my sideboarding. All right. Land, Tameo, guides, counterspell. Tough one. Force pretty rough here. I'm gonna get rid of the force. I'll probably lose to turn to frog or just reasonable hand in general, I guess. Ruh-roh. Just a frog, quote unquote. Wow. That was nice. Not gonna lie, that was nice. Isaac can pump it, right? In theory. Just good deck building. The furs. Yeah. Could have kept force over Field of Ruin. That would have been one of the options. That was my third land. Also, Field of Ruin's pretty solid in that matchup. Was, well, pretty solid was Wan Shi Tong. But then I didn't have second blue for Wan Shi Tong yet. I don't know. They're just bouncing to Mio. Could be worse. Let's see. Do I want to sag the clue right away? Is there a point? What can I even draw for 1 mana? Nothing super relevant. I don't think I want to start using my Field of Ruins. I think I want to save them for if I ever draw a Wan Shi Tong. Yeah, let's just play the Tamiyo and say go. Ephemerid's going to be quite good for them too at some point. Maybe Scream's not the greatest answer in the matchup. Yeah. Question is, do I sag the clue now? Do I try and flip to me on my turn? I guess I can do either. I can do both. I don't want to keep that lantern around though. Tough spots. Tough, tough, tough spots. Oh. Yeah, sag the lantern. Yeah. Fairy's kind of a pretty big issue. As for Goryo, is not the most popular these days. That's like definitely a matchup where you would love to just have 4 disputes. That one's looking grim. Again, probably like scoop them up, honestly. This game's fairly over. The fairy just completely owned me. I might have had a shot if I'd kept the four, so I'd force it to fairy. I'd probably just win, honestly. But obviously, you can't really know what you're gonna draw. All right, tough one. That mulligan really hurt me. It was close. It was really close. That like keeping Mox Amber over to me, like kind of backfired somehow. It was my exact opening hand, and then I have the same hand, but I have the extra force for Tef. I think I'm in a decent spot. Wan Shi Tong was pretty good. It wasn't like crazy because in game one it didn't do much, and I'm not sure it would have done much this game, but I'm playing against against Arna. He's probably playing a Wan Shi Tong Deck too if he's on the DB account. These are the accounts we get from Daybreak, the company that runs Magic Online for Wizards. Hence the DB underscore yellow hat stands for Daybreak, and it's basically like God accounts for content creators. And I don't use it a ton, but it is very convenient. The week the set comes out because I have my partnership with Mana Traders, but I don't. It's hard to get like all the cards right away. Sometimes they don't have them. If Wan Shi Tong sees a lot of play, cards like Lauren Reveal might become a little worse too. What do you think that search is? This is pretty ideal opening hand. I even have the force back up. He might be playing like Jeskai Blank with Wan Shi Tong if he's going to the Retail Championship. I decided to skip. I'm already qualified for Worlds. I'm already qualified for the Pro Tours. It feeds. I mean, it would like I would be playing for the money, the glory, and the top two gets you Worlds invite for next year. But my wife is American and we're celebrating Thanksgiving early this week. This Sunday. We live in France. Force Foundry. So what's better against yeah, just get rid of that res down. Obviously the issue is mono bleed. You don't have like the greatest removal. Sorry, red or white is nice, even though red doesn't have the greatest removal against the Psychic Frog Eater. Let's see. Sack a clue first. Okay, keep Spell Pierce mana up because of Tef and Fable. That's the free drops. He's probably a little suspicious because he knows about the enabled scream from the trainer. But he might not have a choice. Flage would be good, I guess, here. Flage would be annoying. I think it does dismember the Ragavan. It's fine. Okay, he's going after Tamio anyways. Makes sense. Hmm. Want to try and save counterspell for Flage or Riddler? Looks like he has another ending. Do I want to use Spell Pierce or do I want to dismember the Ragavan? I think maybe dismember the Ragavan is better. Oh, my Mox Ember doesn't tap for mana anymore. Huh. What a card. Riddler. Definitely using counterspell on Riddler. This Flage might be a problem. Ah, he has another Riddler. Brutal. Don't like my chances here. And these removal spells are not great. Should have made just sag the clue. This turns on my Mox Amber though. He might have like Solitude. I get to Scalding Solitude. Just like kind of nice, I guess, but and Graveyard's filling up for Flage, unfortunately. Field of Ruin would be not even that great. That was really nice. That was extremely good. Counterspell, DOG. Counterspell's pretty solid in Modern these days. Because Titan is popular and doesn't play Cavern of Souls, and then it's one of the better answers to Riddler. People have been playing Strict Serenade in these Jeskai decks, these Bling decks, because it's one blue counterspell that counters only creatures, artifacts, or planeswalkers, but that's a lot of the important cards like Riddler, like Titan, like Flage, and then you open gets a 2/2 flying token, but then you can blink it with Sphelia, you can bounce it with Teferi, so you're pretty good at getting rid of the token. It is a little awkward was Ragavan. Giving them a 2/2 when you're trying to attack them with a Ragavan can be a problem, but yeah. Alright, looks like he's trying to get cards in the yard for Flage. Obviously not ideal counterspell for Flage, but takes a while for the Flage to come back. Kind of have to counter it. He has another one in a warp still too, right? Yeah, I mean, it sucks. He has Flage. Pretty screwed, I think, but not much I can do about it. Um, Play Tamir, he's gonna Flage it. Guess I'll just say go. Probably just block Ragavan with Wan Shi Tong. Like both Dismember and Able to Scream just so bad against Riddler and Flage and whatnot. Maybe you just have to like suck it up and just play all counters and not play the crappy removal. At least unable to scream pitches to force and whatnot. I guess unable to scream is serviceable here. Yeah, Riddler's been tough. I was thinking about that blue and one card, or blue X card that seals a creature for my sideboard. I was wondering if that could be good. I think that Riddler blocks to me is really extra daggers. Oh, he's attacking, was it? Okay. Little sketch. Maybe he has an answer. Alright, surely Harbinger will carry me. No more white mana. I did get to use all my cards. They all like kind of traded one for one, but I guess the card advantage of Fledge and Riddler, there's a reason why Jeskai Blink's such a good deck is just hard to compete in long games against Fledge and Riddlers. His last card, Ephemerate? I could sign. Sign the evoke trigger. Okay. He's down to no cards, but he has Riddler in hand or in play, so just refill as a passive. Now I can bounce a Riddler. Exciting. Let's see. I'm at 10. Consider a clue. I think I'll side the clue. Flips plus. Get to play it to Mio. I mean, if I draw on tap land, Wan Shi Tong is 5/5 flying, draw 2. Flash, that's pretty good. The hidden mode of Wan Shi Tong, just go to the late game and cast Giant Bird. Uh-oh. Alright, I got gots. Let's see. Disputes in for sure. Unable to scream against the Blink Filia deck. Dismember is like kind of reasonable. Kills Ragavan and Filia. But I have Scolding for that. We'll see. I need a plan for. I think my plan for Fledged is going to be a couple lanterns. Then might do the Harbingers too. I want all the counter spells. Bellin. Tristan is like okay. Not the greatest. The Dresdowns can go Spell Pierce, Spell Snare just for Philia. Already have Scolding and Dismember. Let's not do Spell Snare. Let's do 2 Dismember, Free Harbinger, or 2 and 2. Let's try this. Looks like Bellion's been my best card. Bellion undefeated so far. Damn, the 1 Lux Amber. Looks good right now, but should I play Lantern off it? It's nice if you can get a Flage was the first Lantern trigger. It's like, do I want to turbo flip to Mio in that matchup, basically? Not sure. I think I like just saying go, because I can scold Ragavan, maybe. Or cast Consider if he has a removal spell. Let's save my Consider. Do I want to flip the Tamiya right away? Honestly, I don't hate it. The reason being Pledge. Let's see. Might just consider first, see what I draw. Counterspell is nice. I'm gonna try and flip it right away. What's that about? Oh, I got a consign. Okay. Pretty big commitment. Flip it next turn if I want to. Feeling on its own is not very scary here. Pledge would still be a little obnoxious. Could have Clue plus Riddler flip to Mio, but then I kind of lose to Teferi. Yeah. That's why he didn't mind the consign earlier. It's gonna get to refill. Maybe I should bring in my own consigns. I don't really expect my opponent to ever be able to assemble all that, but I guess they did. Kind of frustrating. I think I should just maybe hardcast the Riddler. So if I warp it, flip to Mio, I get a clue, then what? He one-shots the Tamio. Just all reactive cards not lining up well. I do expect this deck to be worse in like these fair matchups. These Riddler matchups. To be fair, I'm not sure what this deck's gonna be good against. Gonna take a little experimentation to find the best Wan Shi Tong deck, but it's not looking super great so far. I was off to a good start. God, it's not over. Womp womp. I'm getting close to the hall. Let's see. This card invention engine is all more efficient than mine. Kind of sad to lose to Philia with Scolding in hands. Makes me wonder. I could have played that game better. Well. Alright. That was a beating. That was a beating. Not even sure what you can really do about it in just mono blue. Might try the blue-white version next. I'll try all three, I'm sure. Alright, let's see if we can do better. Spell Pierce, Force, lots of lands. Yeah. Alright. Keep in bottom island. One. No. Might be tough on the mall. I don't have an engine going. Could play Cryptic Command in that deck, maybe. Thinking about a good old Cryptic. Also Archmage Charm. Dealer Ragavan, flipped Mio. Maybe I need, like, higher impact cards. Did anyone reveal Kahira? Orm's Chant plus a Planeswalker. I mean, I could bounce the Planeswalker and then counter it. Then I was gonna do counter plus force. We're scolding. Come on, Wan Shi Tong. This is quite large. 4/4. Why did I think it was going to be a free? Not sure. 4/4 flying for 5. Bit better than Air Elemental. Damn, no Solitude, no Ending, no what? Just no nothing? Nothing at all. Search. Alright, let's hit them with the field over in first. So I don't give them the free shuffle. That haul. No way. Oh my god. Must be nice. Oh, I guess they were gonna do it in their draw step, but they didn't do it now. Damn, I should have kept field over in for the miracle trigger. Didn't see that coming. Sign? Oh. Let's not mess around. Down to 2. I guess they could lock me with Scepter Chance. Enough turn Solitude? Wait, they targeted Hall? What the hell? Okay. Maybe they're flexing Depth Scepter Chance. They're like, I didn't need that extra Solitude. Okay, they got a Time Log, they got an Narset. So scary. They found Counterspell. It's pretty bad. Yeah, at least an Arms Chant. Can't be that hard to find a 1 Arms Chant. I'm not even sure I'm a favorite at this point in the game. Gonna spell snare there, right? No. Let's see. Wait, Harbinger that turns off my hull. It turns off double white spell and kicked. It's probably worth it. All right, I can't cast spells. Duh. That makes it easy. I did have another arms chance. At least I've got the scepter part kind of covered. Yeah, that verdict gonna be rough. I'll probably go for it anyways, right? Let's see. They have solitude thing, the chump. Yeah, not much else to do. And probably scoop. See how many basics they have. Probably five. Guess I should just play four disputes main deck. All right, let's see. I'm gonna bring in the Ashfiox. Golding for solitude might be worth it. Don't really have too many bad cards. Harbinger could be good too. Lantern's pretty bad, basically just a cantrip. Spell Snare for counterspell. I guess the Dresdowns can go, and I'll just do all the Harbingers, even though they're not the greatest. Tough. Got everything I want except for second lands. What about that one? What do we bottom here? They're mulliganing too. Should keep the lands just because casting bigger Wan Shi Tongs. Gonna keep the Ash Shock, it's so loose, but I'll get rid of the Ash Shock. The Mill Dream. Just mill their win cons. Feels like I would need to activate both Ash Shocks all 5 times, pretty much, for it to have an impact. What they have to me, oh. Just gonna main face Wan Shi Tong. Hope you're on a bunch of fetch lands. Well. I don't care. I don't care, right? Force it. I have another one. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna play Harbinger here. Kind of another non-bow, like kind of Harbinger. They can't fetch with Wan Shi Tong, but I guess that's a good thing if they can't fetch. They could have basic planes, they could have solitude. All right, they have their hands full with solitude right now. Might do some dismembers that we've seen Tamio. Killing a solitude might come up too. I think got rid of Harbinger. Wow. I thought they were gonna get rid of Wan Shi Tong. Just happy to chill now. I think I'm pretty far ahead. Not let them draw. Oh, it has vigilance. So good. -3 damage. It really is so good. Jeez. I've done quite well when I've had turn 2 Wan Shi Tong, I will say. Damn, useless. Untapping my vigilance creature. Give subtlety. It's nice flash threat. Also, not our answer to solitude. I'm just gonna be all fancy and use counterspell here over spell pierce. Since I have a backup line of force and they're stuck on mana. Tap. Oh, I gotta be subtlety. Hall of Fame, by the way. Just the plays. Not that I can really lose this game, unlikely, but alright, this time I will use subtlety. Oh, it's a brain surge. Got the Mox Amber in the grinding matchups, little sketch. Let's do Dismember. Oh, let's do the Gemstone Cavern. Maybe I'll just add a land. Let's see, what's not great? I'm just not going to do these Ashioks. Just silly. I'm just going to do 2 Dismembers. I don't want to lose to turn 1 to me, or I almost won them the game single-handedly. Alright, solid hands. No Wan Shi Tong, but turn 1 to Mio. Tamio gets to attach. It's pretty huge. Alright, I don't think I can afford to really keep counterspell mana up here. Man, kind of sucks. Oof. I guess I'll play the Field of Ruin because it works against Miracle Terminus. And I don't have use for triple blue right now anyways. Tough spots. I'll let them have it. Right. Yeah. Alright, they did not top. For some negation, I guess I'll just say go then. Harbinger, they're gonna search for planes. Little pressure. Makes them do something. Yeah, let's just play it now. It's a threat. It's not a good one, but all right, I tried. I'm gonna fight over that. Wait, that was like not planned, right? It just hit it. All right. Another top tier threat. Pretty nice. Anti-sweeper too. All right. Dismember against Colonnade Solitude. Sure. Oh, okay. Like that. Didn't expect that to resolve, but I'll take it. Lauren reveals time to shine. Otawara. Okay. 8 cards in hand. I have Force of Negation. They have 2 cards. It feels pretty hard for me to lose this game. Let's not do anything crazy. All right, 2 Force of Negations, very nice. Might just hardcast the Riddler and keep double force mana up. That's pretty reasonable. Wow. I still just get rid of Villian. Scolding, probably gonna come in handy. They're just discarding a lance for now. Let's see. Just gonna play Tamio and say go. We did see Verdict, which would be good for them. I'm gonna force that. Too many cards. Their own Tamio. I'm just gonna use my cards. Ending. They have a better card than ending. Do that. I got one card back right away. Alright. Blue-white control defeated. That's tough. That was tough. Wan Shi Tong was really good when I drew it. Didn't even really need anything too special to pop off. I'll try even draw a Field of Rain in that second game to combo with it. Alright, let's try and get a winning record. Not a bad opening hand. Might be a little painful. Against prowess. Oh, emissary. Good old Affinity. Guess losing the die roll was a mistake. Do I want to shock? Scolding? Dismember? What am I countering? Maybe an Emery? Maybe the 2-mana artifact? Alright, I guess manufacturing might be a rough one to beat, so I'm gonna take the damage. Feels like I need to draw blue mana here. So I can Wan Shi Tong into Field of Ruin. Even then, they get to make 2 tokens, right? Or I just need to draw one of my dress downs. Yeah, that one's looking grim. Unless they don't have a third land somehow. Oh, and have sideboard card. That's another matchup where you'd be happy to have 4 disputes. Is dispute the new consign? Just 4 in every sideboard. No. Rip. Yeah, I'm just kind of dead-ish. little steep of a cost here. Deal was a third of a card by paying for a life. Using one of my own cards. Not that I really need my cards right now. I have 7. Yeah, I might have fared better in that league with 4 disputes in my sideboards. Main deck dispute win. It's not the worst against Titan either. Bad mana leak. Not great. And even dress down's not really saving me here. I guess I can dress down and flash in a subtlety. Oh, I'm just dead. Alright. It's fine. Do the disputes. Inconsign's not very good, but it might be better than some of my other cards. Lantern can go. Able to Scream doesn't seem great. Colding doesn't seem great. Snare doesn't seem great. Dismember's fine. Harbinger. Not great. I think Force probably fine. It does do the 4 consigns. Like, not the worst interaction. Keeping my Railer into play might be good too. If you can make room for it, having cards like Hercules Recall for that matchup. Or Recall or 2 to gut to dig 2. I think Wan Shi Tong could carry. But yeah, I'm playing mono blue just for Field of Runes, a lot of lands, and I still like got color screwed in important spots. This double blue so rough. Alright, who's the Affinity deck now? Flipping to me a turn 2 might be decent. We'll see. Damn. Back-to-back emissary draws. Okay. What you got? Soapal too? I'm just gonna consider now. I'm gonna top. All right, let's see. Do I want to keep cancel mana up? Not quite sure why I didn't just play Field of Rune. Billion plus clue token. I'm just gonna say go. Don't have to like be in a spot where maybe I have to sack my Tamio. Counter a key spell. As they're playing around ninjutsu, that's fair. That's actually like pretty tight play, honestly. Oh, I could have done it in their draw step, give them an extra draw to draw their one basic, which they usually only have one basic, I think. Hardcast Emissary. Let's see. It does give them a lot of artifacts. Hmm. Don't love that I had to do that. Doesn't feel great. That's a nice one. Oh, should play my Tamiyo. Hmm. That does get them going. I'll use my cards and my mana. I'm very confused to why you're playing. It's pretty straightforward. Blue cards and counter spells, and doesn't seem that tricky to me, but what do I know? Alright, I'm gonna attack first to get the extra clue. To be fair, I haven't cast Wan Shi Tong yet, so that would explain why they're confused. So that's why people play Force of Negation in the Affinity sideboard. Cancel. Wow. Never really understood how that card is like functional in that deck, but it must not be good enough. I think I'm happy to just keep drawing cards with Tamiyo. Make a clue every turn. It'd be nice to draw Wan Shi Tong here before I well, I guess at this point you're just casting it for a lot of mana. Doesn't really matter if you have the synergies or not. You got a floater. Floater alert. Sure they're gonna use that mana. Just gonna cycle one of my dress downs now. That counter, yeah. I don't think that card counters anything super relevant, honestly. I'm probably gonna draw more anyways. I'll do that. Less mana, and I mean, it's relevant. They have a few expensive cards. Also just thinning my deck. I think I should maybe just cycle Tristan again. I guess that's a good one to counter actually. That one actually cantrips. Maybe countering Manmite was all silly. Alright, looks like we're good. I should have just flipped to me earlier, I don't know. Get back counter spells. I just like drawing cards. Technically, I'm kind of out of saga answers here. Somehow they draw the what? Third one? Fourth one? Third one? Definitely countering that. Don't want them to draw Urza Saga. Come on, Wan Shi, where are you? I should dismember one of these 1/1s, why not? No. Do have the black mana. Just good deck building. OMG. Alright, maybe I'll try to flip to me instead of another one. It's gonna get rough for me on the draw if they have a good hands. Probably pretty tough for me to win. As I'm trying to stay out of Galvanic Blast range. Sure, Wan Shi Tong's my top card, but I'm not gonna sag the clue token. Manufacturing was explosives. Whatever, I'll just counter it. I guess I've had the crypt for flipping to Mio, actually. I forgot about that. That would have been kind of bad, actually. Might have been a game-losing play if I, like, plus it, minus it, they use crypt, and then they finish it off, because I did flood like crazy. Jeez, I didn't realize. Guess I should sack one now. Yeah, I could have pumped a bill on. Free. I mean, at this point, I might not even show them the Wan Shi Tong, honestly. And Cannoneer doesn't really save them at this point. Alright, just in case. They really like blocking the Tamio. Alright, on the draw. Hmm. Cavern, my best card, I guess. Got a land. Maybe I should do Unable to Scream, like dress down plus Unable to Scream to deal with Cannoneer. Pretty bad though. Yeah. I guess 4 consigned is pretty bad too. Signs like not that great. I'll do a couple Unable to Scream. Alright, Gemstone Cavern one time. Do nothing hand. Yeah, that's gonna keep. I feel like I don't have good cards in the matchup, really. At least if I go Wan Shi Tong into Field of Ruin, might be in business. I have a functional hand, kind of. That's really like pretty functional. Thunder Trap, Trainer with Flare. Doesn't feel like Tamir is what I need right now. Okay, apparently it is. Let's see. They're probably gonna be busy making tokens. Could do Tamio, spell Pierce back up, start making clues. I think I'm just gonna get the trainer into play. Oh, that deck plays Dispute as well. Okay. Should have played Tamir in hindsight. Another Dispute? Good sideboard cards. I agree. I know Cannoneer, that was big. But I'm still not doing very well here. Let's see. Maybe I should have drawn first. In case I hit on tap land, I could have had counterspell mana up. Alright, that kind of worked out. Deck fitting paid off. That's pretty important. Gives me like an out to Cannoneer. Soaks up some damage and whatever, flip it. It will win me the game. Land. Land for the win. Or Wan Shi Tong for the win. Land will do. Their Riddler card's pretty good. I think it has potential. It is funny if we go to a whole match without them seeing a single Wan Shi Tong. Subtlety's nice. Full insurance. I'm not gonna let them wonder. They're pretty good sports about it. Commiserating was me when I'm winning the game anyways. All right, I'll let them have it. Good old Tamiyo Ultimate. Oh, I finally drew a Kappa Cannoneer. Explosives for 1. No. Could even sag the Riddler if they play something really good. Alright, GG's. Not a bad showing. Why did we lose? We lost to the 2 Riddler Ephemerate decks. Assuming the Affinity matchup's not the greatest. Where is it? Mono blue. Mono blue 1 feedback. Let's see. Tough one. Tough one, tough one, tough one. You could try and build maybe with 4 Riddler and Essence Flux as a way to save your Tamiyo. I think it's spirits too, right? It's a spirit, you put a counter. It doesn't trigger Wan Shi Tong, right? No, it doesn't trigger the draw, but it does save it and put a counter on it. So that's one way you could go. You only have to play 4 Essence Flux. You could play like 2 or 3. The counter spell package was pretty good. Yeah, maybe just honestly go either trainer flare to have more hard counters for cards like Riddler. I would definitely have 4 disputes in my sideboards. Maybe cut that second lantern. I think Gemstone Cavern makes a ton of sense in this deck. But yeah, you could maybe squeeze in a dispute in the main deck too. I liked it. I liked it. As you saw, the blue mana count is, it's hard to play even extra demolition fields. That could be a sideboard card though. You could have like demolition field in your sideboard for some matchups over Harbingers, for instance. That could be cool. But yeah, as always, if you made it this far, like and subscribe if you haven't done so. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It was fun to play with the new avatar Spirit Bird for the first time, and hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.